Something Golden up, guys. Golden Light 582 with the July 2016 Golden Game Collection video. So, yes, this is a bit late. I did try recording this twice already, actually. Once a lot earlier in the month, and once yesterday. But they were both unsatisfactory, to say the least. I didn't really do a good job talking about those at all. But so I'm trying again here. Hopefully I can get this all one right. But also there's a lot of stuff going on now. I got Bandcamp and cross country coming back up, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff to take away more time. So I've been trying to get some gameplay out a little while ago, but that didn't work. And hopefully I think I've got it right finally. So I'll hopefully be able to do it again sometime in the near future. But yeah, just I'm sorry I missed like my opportunity to probably get some videos in, but at least this isn't my job, you know. But so yeah, okay. So this month we only got 3 games and 1 digital game that I do want to talk about to show you today. And yeah, let's go right into them. Alright, so first up here on the Xbox One, we have Battlefield 4, the sequel to Battlefield 3, which is an awesome game, but I do feel like this one is better. Obviously, because it's on next gen and it's a newer game and stuff, the graphics are a lot better in this one. I mean, of course, DICE, they went on to make Star Wars Battlefront, and those had that. I mean, that game had a really good graphics. So before that, and then when they made this, they also had really good graphics, some real realistic looking effects and stuff. It's like, because this is like kind of like the realistic counterpart to Call of Duty games and stuff. You got like vehicles and bigger maps and lots more larger teams and stuff. That's what I meant to say. But this game, first I'll talk about the campaign. The campaign I feel was pretty good. DICE tried to make an more emotional story than most shooters have. They try to make you more attached to the characters and stuff, and I can see where a lot of people might be like, "Oh, I don't care. I didn't even care about those characters at all." But I feel like they did a better job than most shooters did at making the characters likable. But I will say by the end of the game there is a choice you have to make, and the choice is because they kind of ends the game with the choice. And instead of like an awesome action sequence, you just make this choice between 2 characters, and because of the fact that it wasn't the best kind of character development, then it's kind of anticlimactic, to be honest. And I just wish it would have had like like a big explosions, awesome ending. Well, they do have an explosion, but the ending wasn't as good as it could be, and that's because they not well enough of a job was done developing the characters, I think. And so yeah, that's like campaign. The multiplayer though, the multiplayer is really awesome, because in the multiplayer of this game, it's basically exactly the same mostly as Battlefield 3, except for the big Levolution, which was a lot of the part of the marketing of this game, where they'd have like huge set piece explosion or like something happening to alter the map on every map, and those were really awesome. Like the skyscrapers coming down. Trying to think of another one. There's like what happens? There's like, isn't there one like in Operation Locker or whatever, the like something blows up and then the like roof claps down? I don't remember, but I haven't actually played this in a while. I don't even think I've played this since last month. Me and my friend have to get on this again. But this is an awesome game, and it's definitely, I think it's improved from Battlefield 3 in a lot of ways. I think the campaign is probably a bit better than Battlefield 3's, and the multiplayer definitely is like a good improvement over that one. So definitely recommend this game for Xbox One, PS4, Xbox 360, and PS3 owners. I think it's on all those systems and PC. So yeah, there's Battlefield 4. Alright guys, so next up we have Borderlands The Handsome Collection, also on Xbox One. This includes Borderlands the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2, both games with Handsome Jack in them, hence the name. But these games, if you don't know the Borderlands series, they're pretty cool games. They're first-person shooters, but they have RPG elements, and one of the main focuses is getting all these awesome guns and like upgrading your character with like way awesomer guns and stuff. It's just all about awesome guns, really. And also one of the like main things the series is known for is like humor. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Of course, with a guy named Handsome Jack, he's pretty funny. But and there's a robot called Claptrap. He's really awesome, and he's actually a character you can play as in the pre-sequel, which was one of the better parts of that game. As far as I know, this game, I haven't really played that much of the pre-sequel, but as far as I know, most people don't like it as much as 2, and I can kind of see why. but it's still a decent game. They I don't think it was actually developed by Gearbox. I think, yeah, okay, it says it right there. Yeah, 2K Australia I think worked on that one because Gearbox was working on Battleborn at the time. So 2K Australia made that, and so they go like just kind of, it feels like they kind of like just played Borderlands 2, and then took some of that, put it in space, and then there you go. They didn't really add that much to the series with the pre-sequel, but still, if you want more content, then that's a great game. And the collection here comes with all the DLC and all the graphics remastered, so it's getting pretty cheap now. When I picked this up, it was $20 new at GameStop, so if you can find it for that price, it's definitely worth it. Definitive Mayhem Remastered, yes, it is a good game, or good collection of games. And the only thing I don't get is Borderlands only has 3 games in the series, really. If you discount Tales of the Borderlands, which I think they still could have put in here. But what I was gonna say was Borderlands, Borderlands 2, Borderlands Pre-sequel. They could have put them all in here. I mean, well, I don't know why they just made the Handsome collection, because Borderlands 1 could still. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Borderlands 1. Borderlands 2 is like just the highlight of the whole series, really. But Borderlands 1 still has the same type of gameplay, and there really doesn't seem to be a reason why they couldn't just include it in here. So I don't know. I do have the original game though. I didn't have these two before, but I did have the original on 360. So now it's nice to have them all. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the I just kind of rushed in that. The one thing I forgot to mention was that this game actually, another highlight of this whole series is that it's all 4-player co-op, either couch co-op or online. So that's really awesome. And you're just playing this game with your friends, finding awesome guns, and roaming the wastelands and the moon and stuff. It's awesome, and definitely recommend for. I think the Handsome Collection only came out on next-gen systems. I mean, it's kind of weird to put it out on the 360 and PS3. Yeah, I think this is just on Xbox One, PS4, maybe PC. Not too sure about that. I mean, it's probably everything's on PC. It's probably on PC, but I highly recommend this game still. Alright guys, last but certainly not least is Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. No, that's a kind of a weird name, I know, but don't be off-put because this is an awesome game. It's a strategy RPG kind of game, kind of like Fire Emblem, and it's, you've got like a grid, you've got your units, you move around, you take turns attacking and getting attacked, and magic, all that stuff, and it's really awesome. Most of the tactics in Tactics Ogre is actually behind the scenes of the battles, though. Because most of the battles, you're just gang up on one enemy, fight until you bring them down. But most of the tactics of the game, all the awesome strategy lies before the battles, because there are a lot of ways to build up your characters, and they did a lot of unique things. Like, for example, instead of leveling up your characters individually, whatever number of class, I don't know, whatever class you have in battle gains experience. So if you have like warriors, wizards, and clerics in the battle, then only the wizards, like, not only because it's just all of them that were in the battle still, but their whole class, every single one of their class levels up with the whole class, if that makes any sense. But the way individual characters grow is by skill points. They get skill points at the end of each battle, and you apply those to like skills like counterattack. You can get the counterattack skill. That's kind of lame, because in the other Tactics Ogre game I played on the Game Boy Advanced, every character just automatically counterattacks. There were no skills in that game either, but in this game you have to buy a skill to counterattack. But there's counterattack, little like boosts like strengthen to boost your attack, true strike to boost your melee accuracy, and then there's other things like there's like some special moves. There's also like really awesome finishing moves that you get when you level up your like sword skill or whatever, and you get like an awesome finishing move that will do like tons of damage. And there's other like special moves like you can get. There's like a mighty impact or a tremendous shot where it like gets your accuracy up to like 100%, so your next hit will hit for sure, and it will also be a critical. It's guaranteed hit and guaranteed critical, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I guess there is with with those finishing moves, which all have like use these like points. There's some kind of like strategy going into that, but like most of the battles you're just getting up on one guy until you bring him down, going to the next guy, bring him down. Or like if you have a large army in the battles, you can like split them up and take a few guys down. Maybe send your archers back and shoot at their like weaker guys with healers, whatever. But like most of the strategy really is just building up your characters. I'm fine with that. I like that. This is an awesome game. The story in this game. First off, the whole game starts off with this pretty long cutscene. I'm not sure how long it is actually. It's probably like I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. But it goes into like the whole backstory and lore of the whole land you're going to be fighting in and stuff, and it's really interesting. And I love how they made it. Like they have like their own medieval lore of the whole place with like the kings that came before, how like the land was shaped and like the culture changed or whatever with them and stuff. And it's awesome. And I love how they applied it to this game. And I mean, it's not realistic at all. It's not like realistic historical people or anything. It's all fiction, and of course there's magic and monsters and stuff. So of course it's all fiction. But like I don't know. Maybe some of the stuff is based on real things. Like maybe they took like some kind of old medieval story, legend or whatever, and put that into this. I don't know. But mostly it's just all fiction. And what I was thinking about the monsters, one of the cool parts is you can get like beast tamer classes and tame enemy monsters and bring them to your side, and then they'll like you'll have them in your army and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I really like the feeling how you can just go out, hire a whole bunch of units. You can have like literally like a whole bunch of units, so it's basically like an army. You can't bring them all into battle. If the battles were larger, I think it'd get that feeling better. But there is a feeling that you're actually building up an army here, and as you rise through ranks and stuff, I won't spoil the story, but it definitely feels like you're starting to become a really big power in the world, and you're actually changing stuff. And there are like choices you make in dialogue and stuff with your character, and yeah, it's all really cool. This is a really good game for the PSP. One of the probably I don't know if it's one of the best because I haven't actually got that many, but this is definitely ones I was looking out for the most when I got my PSP. I was surprised that it was actually so cheap. This is like $15 off eBay, and it's really good. And this, yeah, I was gonna say, because most people don't have a PSP. This game is also available on. I think this is like a re-release of or a port of the PS1 version. There was a PS1 version that I think came out in America, and there was a Super Famicom version. I think too. I don't know if that came out in America, but I know there's definitely a PS1 version that is out in America too. So you can get either the PS1 if you have like a PS2 or a PS3. Some PS3s play PS1 games. You can get this and play it, or if you do have a PSP, then definitely get this game because it is sweet. And I think even if you have a PS Vita, there's like you can probably download it digitally on there, I think. So yeah, definitely one of the better games, probably my favorite of all my PSP games. Sorry, Battlefront 2, but yeah, the PS2 version is still better. But so yeah, now I'll talk about, I guess, that one digital game I had. I was going to talk about Battlefield Hardline because a lot of people really do not seem to like Battlefield Hardline at all, and I think some people made this point. I agree. If what's it called, Visceral, if they made the game and did not implement the Battlefield stuff, took away the Battlefield license, made it all an original game without the Battlefield elements, it would have been awesome probably. But instead they fit into the Battlefield series, I think, because they're trying to I don't know, is Visceral just like working on Battlefield? I don't know, it's probably not, but they probably just did it to get some more money, or at least EA maybe put it on there to get some more money from sales. So that's kind of sad, but the game is still good. It's still decent. It's okay. So I bought it when I found it on sale on Xbox, on the Xbox store for like $4.50. That's how low it was. Battlefield 4 was that price too, and I don't think it's on that sale now. But if you can find it for that price, maybe I'd say up to $10. Really, it's definitely worth that price it'd be at now. Which is, I mean, it's probably $10. I don't know. I don't know if anyone would be selling it for like $20 because it got really bad reception. But the game, it's still fun. It's still like a $10 decent game to play, and there are still people playing online. So if you want to play the heist mode is definitely probably the best mode in the game because it takes the cops and robbers elements. You got the cops chasing the robbers down, the robbers breaking into the vaults and taking out the money and running back and evacuating the money, and just a lot of that kind of action. That's where the game is best at, with all the Battlefield stuff, like huge maps. When the maps get big and stuff, it's not exactly, I mean, because the game still plays exactly like Battlefield, but with all the things not extra cops and robbers, you don't always I don't even think there are any tanks in the game. There are some helicopters. There's some armored cars that are basically tanks, but you don't have like the same kind of giant military vehicle destruction that you would in any other Battlefield game. So it's just kind of out of place when that kind of stuff is there, and it doesn't really fit with the rest of the game. It's like there's two games competing at once, the Battlefield side of the game and the Hardline side of the game. But the campaign, it's based on some it's like based on like, you know, old cops and robbers, got me not just like cop shows, and I haven't really watched any of those ever, but it seems decent, and I mean, I haven't played through the whole thing, but so far it seems alright, and I really like the mechanic they have, where you would go up to the enemies, pull out your badge, and be like, freeze, and then they'll all like stop and put their hands up, and then like while you're arresting one, if you like don't keep your eye on the other guys, they'll like reach down and pull out their guns and stuff. It's like kind of little, like cool little things like that, and like I really wish other developers would make like cop games. Like, am I like, I really don't think there are any like legitimate like cop games, not like the old school games where you like play as a cop or whatever. Like Streets of Rage, I think you're a cop. Like Streets of Rage, you're just going out beating up people. No, I mean like actual cop, like making arrests, investigating, doing stuff like that. I know LA Noire, I think it's probably like that. But I haven't played that ever. I don't even have it, but I don't think any other game is like a real cop game. That Hardline is the only game I've ever seen that has like real like cop stuff. So yeah, and like I just wish more developers would actually make a really good cop game. So yeah, there's that. Battlefield Hardline, not the worst game ever. It's pretty good, and yeah. That's about it, guys. Alright, so hope you liked the video. Like it if you did. Subscribe if you would want to see more. Comment with any suggestions. Maybe games I should get for my PSP, because, well, I mean, I've already seen a lot of games I still want. But any suggestions for any games I want, that I might want. And peace out, and be supreme.